Okay, what's happening, everyone? ZachSongZ here. I know it says I was going to stream tomorrow, but I thought it over more, and I'm like, you know what? Let's just get this over with. So, today has been pretty crazy in terms of uploads, but there's a reason for it. Why is it not? It's not why? Become live. No. It's not working. Why is it not working? You know. Okay. Seems we're gonna have to do this manually, because apparently this doesn't turn on. If you're watching the archive version of this, you must be like, what is happening? Like, why is he just standing there? Don't do this to me, come on. I don't know. I guess once you schedule a stream, it's not actually, like, it can't go live until you unschedule it. It's kind of stupid. Anyway, so the reason I wanted to do this stream is because Dragon Ball FighterZ just came out today, and I'm going to be doing that a lot on the channel. But I also want to finish Breath of the Wild, because that series has been going on for a while now, and I want to try and finish it before the game becomes a year old. So, yeah. So I just figured, you know what, let's try and completely... Now it says I'm live. What the... YouTube Gaming, what is wrong with you? Figured, you know what, let's try and... Okay, now it's working, apparently. So yeah, I just figured, you know what, let's just get this game over with, and, so that we can finish this game, and then, it'll just be Breath of the Wild and FighterZ for a bit. So basically, how I plan for this to work is, you're streaming this today, tomorrow, Sunday, and then finish it on Tuesday. Oh, I should probably get the guide open just in case. The court will now reconvene for the trial of Miss Lana Skye. Wait, okay. Emma didn't come back, is that what it is? Allow me to call the next witness to the stand. The officer in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime. You. Witness, please state your name and occupation. What is this? Phoenix. Right. Oh, wait, it was right there. No, come back. Oh, I was in the wrong button. Sorry, my fault. Me, partner? Oh, I'm just the same as you. Wandering the trails of civilization. Occasionally helping the elderly cross the intersections when needed. Oh, I know, you're a patrolman. As for my name, if you listen hard enough, you can hear the howling wind call it out. I don't think that's true. To be exact, it's Jake Marshall, Your Honor. Howling wind? I've never heard Edgeworth described that way before. What? Did I misread that? Now, Mr. Marshall, let me ask you something. You were in charge of guarding the evidence room on the day of the crime took place. Is this correct? Got everything loaded up. Going to the papers, partner. What do you mean? This broad of souls is boundless as the desert sands. No paper can sum it up. Maybe it's best we get on with this quickly. Please share with us your testimony of the day of the crime. In English. Day of the crime. My job is to keep a wary eye on that bone orchard. They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. Besides, the room's protected by 2 security systems anyway. But I remember right, I was at the street side saloon at the time when it went down. I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. So there's a big thing right there. 2 security systems? What? Well, I can't say I particularly care for your attitude. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Wait a minute. What do you mean by 2 security systems? I mean the security cameras and the ID card reader. I reckon even a cowpoke like you knows about those. Yes, well what about the fingerprint activated locks inside Excuse me, the evidence room. Fingerprint activated locks. What kind of newfangled dookie are those? He's not being very helpful. He's not good with machines, or with following orders. Everyone's got their weaknesses down, don't they?
This one seems like trouble. Okay, Mr. Wright, it's all yours.
Day of the crime. Wary on.
Just press everything.
How exactly did you keep an eye on the evidence room? I just made sure nothing moved in the security camera monitor. That room's so still, even time dies in there. I was just a caretaker who entered the recordings. You entered them? Videos of nothing aren't that useful. When the time would come, I'd erase the tape.
If nothing unusual is recorded, tapes are to be erased every 6 hours.
Each time I'd erase a tape, it felt like I was erasing a part of my life. This guy has a flair for dramatics, but it isn't doing him any good. So in actuality, you don't physically enter the evidence room? They said I was supposed to make rounds 3 times a day, but that ain't my style. But you made your rounds on the day of the crime, right? Ain't you heard a word I said, partner? I told you, that ain't my style. I'm afraid I don't understand. No desperado I know lets rules get in his way. No desperados I know join the police force.
So, Officer Marshall, on the day of the crime...
Just between you and me, I didn't set foot in the evidence room that day.
There was a rubber glove stuck in the victim's locker. Do you know anything about that?
Sorry, partner. Can't say I do. I haven't been in that crypt in weeks. How does this guy avoid being fired? Besides, the room detective.
This is the one I need to press.
You used to be a detective, so you've used the evidence room in the past, correct? Of course. Back in the day, my locker was a gold mine of evidence. And yet, you didn't know about the fingerprint locking mechanism. Sorry, partner, I ain't good with machines. I couldn't even tell you how a bike works. That's quite, incredible.
The sensors on the locker handles cannot be seen. It is well known that some detectives are unaware of their presence.
Now that he mentions it, Detective Gumshoe said something like that too.
At any rate, it doesn't seem that this is relevant to the crime. Can you tell us what you were doing when the crime took place?
What were you doing in a place like that? I was eating spaghetti. Not even Angel Steak lunches couldn't beat that parlor's Vongole sepia pasta.
Do you mean to tell us you abandoned your police duties to eat some noodles?
Not all desperados eat tacos, partner.
That's not what I meant. I hope this at least has taught you a lesson.
That's strange. This is usually where Edgeworth says, "Did you not want to raise this year?" I'm just an innocent traveling man, so if you're out of ammo, it's time I hit the trail. Out of ammo, Officer Marshall? That's right, partner. Or as you'd call it, evidence. If you plan to pin me to this crime, then you better draw. Otherwise, you're just wasting my time. My seal horse is waiting to carry me back west into the sunset. Back into the sunshine, riptide.
One thing seems clear. Despite being responsible for guarding the evidence room, the witness doesn't appear to have seen anything.
Texans don't take orders from anyone. Everyone knows that. Apparently your superiors don't. Okay, I have a trump card up my sleeve, so I best keep my cool. Before I use it though, I better up the ante.
Oh no, I didn't mean to do that. I forgot how to save. I was like, wait, what button do I press? So I think we can prove, like, hey, you're not innocent because we have this ammo. Actually, I don't know why I save every time. That's just needlessly annoying. The benefit of having an emulator is that you can just do this. Save slot 1. Boom. Yep, there we go. That was easy.
Officer Marshall, Doesn't it strike you as odd? That is, you being called in to testify like this. After all, you weren't in the security room at the time of the crime. And yet you dragged me down here. Explain yourself, partner. It's quite simple. You left a very large trail at that scene. Or to be exact, a handprint. This isn't real good, partner. Like I said, I'm the caretaker of that crypt. I pay my respects. That is, make my rounds about once a month. It's only natural my fingerprints would be in there. Objection! I only wish it were, officer. But you see, your fingerprints were covered in blood.
Witness, what's the meaning of this? Your blood-stained fingerprints were at the scene of the crime?
The blood was wiped away, however. The luminal test clearly revealed this. Well, Officer Marshall? It seems to me there ain't a person in this room with a head on his shoulders.
I take you do have an explanation then, Officer Marshall.
About the blood-stained fingerprints?
Very well, you may begin your testimony about your fingerprints, found at the scene of the crime.
Wow, the judge really doesn't like this guy.
I mean, I don't like him either, but...
Like I said, it's only natural for my fingerprints to be in that evidence room. One of them just happened to be at the same place as the blood-stained handprint. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprints was by chance. The bloodstain and the fingerprint are completely unrelated. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? See, I had nothing to do with it.
I didn't even mean to do that. The witness's explanation appears valid, although there's room for doubt.
Life wouldn't be fun without any doubt, partner.
The defense may now cross-examine the witness.
This guy's hiding something. I can feel it. Now's my chance to prove it.
I have no idea, so I'm gonna press until I know what to do. Press everything.
That's because you, how did you put it, pay your respects once a month? Yeah, that's right. That and one more thing. That locker happens to be mine.
What? What do you mean?
I mean what I said.
Oh, I know how we're gonna counter him. I think I do. We're gonna say, "What's your ID number?" And then it'll be 77777. We'll be like, "Ha!" Actually, no, that wouldn't make any sense. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe he had some prepping to do or something. No, I think 777 will just forever be Kameda, and he'll never just be like, yeah, I'm a police officer in this universe.
That's it. Bagels. Okay. Oh, that's in there now.
I hate your voice, man. It's almost as bad as Von Karma's in terms of how much it destroys my throat. Okay. Heap of broken dreams. See. Strange my prints weren't all over that locker. Apparently, his fingerprint data was never changed. He must have been using the fingerprint lock without even knowing it. Oh, see, that's important. It was updated now, so I probably had to do that.
So then, what about the bloody handprint? Wasn't mine. It's no mystery.
Please explain.
My locker is covered with fingerprints. It just so happened. The murderer touched the locker where my fingerprint was by chance. The chances of that happening are 1,000,000 to 1. On the contrary, one could argue just the opposite. The chances of that are not happening 1,000,000 to 1. Get one thing straight, partner.
Oh, the chances of that not happening are... Sorry, I read that wrong.
You ain't gonna get no reward with me for a mere fingerprint. Wanna know why?
Bloodstained fingerprints are completely unrelated.
Unrelated? They're as different as night and day. Kinda like cereal and cereal. One's got to do with breakfast, while the other's a type of murder.
He's right. Although seemingly alike, they're totally different.
I don't see what homonyms have to do with this. Or didn't you know the murderer was wearing gloves? How do you know that? I may be a loner, but I still do my job. My job. I keep up on the reports.
There was a bloodstain at the scene, thought to be left by the murderer.
That's right. He was found in Detective Gumshoe's locker.
However, no fingerprints were detected on that handprint.
Oh yeah, I think we tried that too.
So that would mean the murderer, wearing gloves, happened to place his hand on top of Officer Marshall's fingerprint.
That's the only logical conclusion. Are you starting to get the picture, partner? The picture? This seal of blood in the desert is just food for the buzzards. There's only one reality, and that's this. The security tape. So long as my trail isn't in there, you can't say otherwise.
This isn't getting us anywhere, Mr. Wright. Please consider carefully where you're going with this cross-examination.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now then, continue your testimony. Okay. Too bad it wasn't me in that video, right, pardon me?
What do you mean by that?
Sorry I keep drinking water. I don't do that a whole lot in streams, but when it's voices like these, I kind of need to.
You want a time of this crime, isn't that right, partner? If so, that video is the only direct evidence you have. That video is next to useless. It's full of blind spots.
Blind spots?
Places you can't see.
The camera is panning back and forth. The floor isn't shown.
If someone was familiar with the camera's position, he could leave the room without being caught on tape.
We don't have time for your speculations, Mr. Wright. Oh, Mr. Wright, if you can show us evidence in this video that indicates Officer Marshall was present, please do so now. I don't have anything to show them. Well, I don't know what to do.
Very well. Allow me to point out your mistake, Officer Marshall.
Tread carefully, Mr. Wright, or you might wind up being the one to make a mistake. Now then, let's have another look at the video. Show us the Okay, cool. That does pause it. Adjust. Save. Okay. Can I think about this? Will they ever not play this song? Oh, wait. Can we look at his hand for a second? No, I can't see anything. I go back. Nah. I was gonna see if we could, like, prove that he wasn't wearing gloves or something. Okay, maybe I should just watch it through once and then... I hate this music, man. Oh, I saw it. Oh. I know what it is. I have a save state anyways, so if I mess up, that's okay. this isn't it, I'm gonna be upset because... how about that? Is that it? Bring our attention back to the security camera is a mistake I'm afraid you'll soon not forget, Officer Marshall. The days are short in Texas, and so are our tempers. Could you sum up what you have to say in 8 words or less? Very well. You can clearly be seen in this video. Exactly 8 words. Not bad, partner. The key lies in a certain locker shown in the video. Ooh, they messed up there. It says judge. It's not the judge talking. See this locker that has a white cloth sticking out? This is the witness's locker. Now then, let's rewind the video a bit. Could we go any slower? Any slower? I mean, I selected it because it was different. I don't know how it necessarily proves it was him. Oh, the white cloth, it's gone. What is the meaning of this, Officer Marshall? When the crime took place, the white cloth wasn't there. Then, it suddenly appeared. There's only one explanation. Officer Marshall, you were in the evidence room at the time of the crime. What's more, you opened your locker when the camera was turned away. Order! Order! It would seem that's the only...
Hold your horses. Sorry, partner, but you got the wrong man. So what if my locker was open? That doesn't mean I'm the one who opened it. The murderer needed to hide something, so he opened the locker and stuck it in. It's not my fault he happened to choose mine. Why is everyone staring at me like I'm a wanted man? This guy isn't just playing dumb. He really doesn't know. I hate to rain on your parade, but you're the only person who can open that particular locker. Oh yeah? I call your bluff. You say open that locker. Now prove it.
This? Are you dumb?
Fingerprint sensor? We talked about this earlier today. The lockers can only be opened by the detectives they belong to. What kind of crazy talk is this? Well, Detective Gumshoe did mention something about this.
In any case, these locks aren't that obvious. And there's even some people in the force that don't know about the fingerprint locks.
So, Sheriff, what do you have to say in 8 words or less?
Oh, he is upset. Oh.
I only got 1 word for you, partner. No!
That was a good freakout spread. I like it. Order! 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 Witness, explain yourself.
If this is a joke, it's the worst I've ever heard. I assure you, this is no joke, Officer Marshall. Now then, please tell us what you were doing in the evidence room at the time of the crime.
Olay, please answer the question.
What is he now, a bullfighter?
Olay, 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 olay.
That's alright, Officer Marshall. I believe we can figure the rest out from here.
We can?
Have a look at these floor plans. There's no place for someone to hide in the evidence room. Yet Officer Meekins didn't see Officer Marshall.
That's so, then where was the witness?
Seems Mr. Wright is an answer. That's right. The only possible conclusion.
Well then, let's hear it. Oh man, guys, I really don't know. I have no idea. Where on earth could he be? I wonder where he is. Oh no, maybe over here or over here. It's the killer. It's the killer.
Officer Marshall was standing right here.
So Officer Meekins didn't notice him standing there. That's almost as credible as Meekins' warp theory. What? It said K! What the heck? That's Garbo! That's not even my fault! That's not even fair. That's Garbo. It's not my fault they messed up the labels. That's stupid. unless the man wasn't Detective Goodman. That's stupid. I hate this game. I don't, but that's really annoying. That's just a fault. That's the fault on the localization team. They put the things in the wrong place. I believe the victim in the video was Officer Marshall. It was you, dressed up like Detective Goodman. But that's preposterous! Officer Meekins witnessed the detective at the crime scene. Once he saw the man's face, he'd know for sure. May I point out, though, that Officer Meekins did not know Detective Goodman. He also testified about the man's reaction when confronted. When I entered the evidence room, I asked him to show me his card, sir. Yes, and how did Detective Goodman respond? He suddenly pulled a knife on me. Something about the officer's story puzzled me. If the man had his ID card, why didn't he show it? Because if he saw the face and looked up at him, he'd be like, oh. Yes, he would have needed to enter the evidence room, so he must have been carrying it. The answer is simple. He couldn't show it. As you can see, Detective Goodman's picture is on his ID card. Oh, I get it. If he showed that, his cover would have been blown. Officer Meekins would have realized the man wasn't Detective Goodman. Do you have anything to say to this, Officer Marshall? You've got quite an imagination, partner. You got a term for that. It's called circumstantial evidence. Circumstantial evidence? He's still denying it. You have to do a better job than that to break a detective. Unless you have hard evidence proving I dressed up as the victim. I can't say I particularly care for your uncooperative disposition. I can't say I care for your beard, but you don't see me complaining. Well, Mr. Wright, do you have any evidence proving beyond a shadow of a doubt that Officer Marshall dressed up as a victim? Well, who am I kidding? I don't have anything like that. I can see the fear in your eyes, partner. Seems like you're the one who couldn't take the desert heat. Ack. This can't be happening. It's so obvious he's the one. What can I do? It looks like your lack of experience has finally been exposed. I'll pass on to you what someone told me when I was just starting out. When you run into a wall with no place to go, return to the basics. The basics? For me, that would be what Mia used to tell me. Nick, try sorry, wrong voice. Nick, try thinking outside of the box. I shouldn't look for proof that Officer Marshall was in disguise. But rather, I should look for evidence that came about because he was in disguise. Why do you think this locker was open in the first place? What do you mean? There's no reason for Officer Marshall to open his locker at the time of the crime. Yet he did, despite the chance it might be discovered later, as it has been. Which means he didn't originally plan to open his locker. What of the defense's argument? Officer Drake Marshall dressed up as Detective Goodman at the time of the crime. Then, after the crime was committed, he opened his own locker for some unknown reason. The fact that a white cloth is sticking out of the locker seems to indicate that he opened it in order to put the cloth inside. So, just what exactly is this piece of cloth? Perhaps the video is the key to all of our unanswered questions. I don't have any evidence, so this video is my only shot. I know what it is. It's the coat. It's the coat because it got blood splattered on it. I know it. Well, let's take yet another look at the security cape. After committing the crime, Zach saved the game. Slot 1. Please show us why the witness had to open his locker. Eat a chicken or die. Show me the blood, show me the blood. Yes, right here. For some reason, you disguised yourself as Detective Goodman and entered the evidence room. I don't know what that reason was, yet. However, something unexpected happened. Officer Meekins barged in on you. When asked to show your ID card, you pulled a knife on him. However, Officer Meekins panicked, and the white coat you were wearing was soiled with blood. A bloody white coat. You couldn't just walk out like that, so you hid the coat in your locker.
Not bad, huh, partner?
Now then, Officer Marshall, are you ready to tell us the truth?
Looks like I underestimated y'all. I hope you're happy now, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, if you were only half as persistent then as you are today, we all wouldn't have to be here, now would we? Officer Marshall, tell the court what you did. All of it. Alright. Seems the time has come. Marshall's confession. I had to do it that day. I couldn't just stand by and let it die. I stole the detective's ID and dressed like him. I planned to take out the evidence. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out and managed to escape. I knew which areas wouldn't be caught on the camera. There wasn't any murder in the evidence room at 5:15.
So the supposed victim was really you. But there's one thing I still don't understand. Large quantities of blood traces were found on the floor of the evidence room. If no one was murdered, then how could that be?
Officer Meekins managed to cut his own hand. My guess is he's the donor. It looked like too much blood for that.
Well, I don't know the answer, so you know what that means. Press everything.
When you say it, you mean... Do you even have to ask, partner? Yes, I'm lying to you.
2 years have passed since... 2 years have passed since that case was closed. It was going to completely end with the transferal that day.
Not if I have anything to do with it. That incident's not over. But what did you hope to accomplish by sneaking into the evidence room? When a case is closed, only the detective who is in charge of it can look through the evidence. I wanted to have a look at it myself one more time. No matter what the cost. I don't care what anyone says, partner. That case is mine. But Officer Marshall wasn't in charge of that investigation. Why does he care so much about it? That day was my last chance. That's why
I never actually checked my newest evidence. Can I just check it? Criminal, Joe Dark. Crime, serial murder. Sentence, death. Victims, Edward Jones, Jason Knight, Edith Kirby, Rachel Morris. Oh, yeah, his brother was killed, Neil Marshall. Head prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth. Witnesses, Lana Skye, Emma Skye. Investigation Task Force, Executive Investigators, Damon Gant, Lana Skye. Head Investigator, Bruce Goodman. Investigators, Jake Marshall, Angel Starr.
Why did you disguise yourself as Detective Goodman? If I didn't make it look like Goodman was carrying out the evidence transfer, I'd be arrested for stealing evidence, which wouldn't get me anywhere.
So you did it to fool the security camera? And the protector's ID card?
I stole that the morning of the incident. So that really was why Goodman started filing out that lost item report. I returned his ID card. I left it on the floor in the prosecutor's office parking lot. The ID card I found was left there by Officer Marshall.
So essentially, you managed to succeed despite your lack of foresight.
What do you mean, partner?
I mean the fingerprint activating lock, of course. No matter how well you disguise yourself, you can't change your fingerprints. What up, Thomas Star Gamer? Normally, that locker shouldn't have opened.
So it opened because a rubber glove was stuck in the door by chance.
I love this case. This is a blind playthrough, so I don't really know much about it. It's cool so far.
Detective Goodman must have opened the locker before Officer Marshall. I wasn't expecting Officer Meekins. I knocked him out. You pulled a knife on Officer Meekins and tried to drive him off? Let's just say I was a little surprised. I only planned on being in the evidence room for no more than 5 minutes. I don't think anyone would actually come in during that short time.
Officer Meekins certainly is a 1 in a million type of person. Mistaking a detective for an intruder and demanding to be shown his ID. I'll have to think a little more about his raise this year.
Where did Edward get so much influence? Anyway, he threw himself at me and I ended up cutting him slightly. I'm sorry it had to turn out that way. Me knocking him out and everything. By the way, what happened to your knife? Oh, you mean this one? I don't know what to say.
So what happened next?
So you did your research beforehand. Those who go into the desert unprepared don't live long, partner. I didn't think it would make a difference, though. Security tape is erased every 6 hours. If all had gone as planned, no footage would have been left.
However, you bloodied your coat in the struggle with Officer Meekins.
If someone was in the security room when I came out, the jig would have been up. I opened my locker and stashed it in there. What was Officer Meekins doing during that time? What else? He was sleeping like a baby.
What you're saying is, on that day,
but the blood found at the scene clearly indicates a crime took place. What are you, blind? The victim shown on that tape is me, and I'm not dead yet, partner. It's high noon.
that's the feeling I got from this guy.
So you stole the evidence from the locker? Actually, no, I didn't. Why not? When I opened the locker, the evidence was already gone.
What? Mr. Edgeworth, where is that evidence?
It's still missing, Your Honor. Detective Goodman's locker was already empty. Someone else stole the evidence. Officer Marshall, may I ask you one thing? Far away, partner. It's a free country. Just remember, I'm also free to decide whether or not to answer. Why did you do this? Stealing the detective's ID, injuring a police officer? This is no small offense. Moreover, you're an officer yourself. This will have serious consequences. It can't just be forgiven with a simple cut in salary. Not that salary cuts are ever a valid solution. Like I said, this isn't your case. This one's mine. I'll do anything it takes to get an answer I'm satisfied with.
The witness has an unusual amount of zeal. Let's hear more.
Just forget the SL9 incident. You know why? But that case was solved 2 years ago, wasn't it?
That's the reason the evidence was stored in the evidence room.
Joe Dock was convicted for those crimes. One thing I can say for sure, he deserved his sentence.
I remember the Joe Dock case. It involved serial murders, didn't it?
I don't intend to complain about how it turned out, but there's something that still bothers me. Something went down at that trial. Something no one will talk about.
What happened?
I don't know. That's what I'm trying to find out. Why is he so concerned with that incident? Maybe I should present him with what I think his real reason is. I had a feeling we'd wind up here sooner or later. Everyone involved here is related in some way to that case. I better take another look at the files. I know what it is. I was just waiting, okay? Okay. You know why? Why, yes indeed, I do. But, just because I'm afraid, I'm gonna save slot. Okay, we're good. Officer Marshall, I think I understand. I think I know why you care so much about the SL9 incident. Sounds like you've been sipping too much cactus juice, partner. I have the SL9 incident file here. The name Marshall is mentioned in here. In a list of murder victims, Neil Marshall. Are you related to this man? Neil Marshall? Yeah, I'm sure you've heard the name. 2 years ago. Oh, he received the same lousy prosecutor award you got.
What? A prosecutor?
He must be talking about the King of Prosecutors award.
Now I remember. Prosecutor Neil Marshall. He handled the SL9 case before I did.
That's right. He was killed, and the case fell into your hands.
Well, what's his relation to you?
He was my brother. Yeah, I knew it. He was investigating the murders with Damon Gant, chief detective at the time. The group of detectives I was part of worked under them. We were desperate to prosecute the killer. Joe Dock. My brother fought Dock and was killed. That was the first time Dock left behind any evidence. That was all we needed. He was arraigned and incarcerated. the case was finally closed, at least according to the public records.
What do you mean?
My brother couldn't have been killed by Joe Doc. I knew my brother better than anyone. No one could have beaten him in a fight.
And that's it? That's your reason for your insane actions?
There's more to my brother's death than what the records say. No matter how much you try to hide it, you can't fool me.
Well, at least one thing's for certain. Now we know what happened at the police department on the day of the crime.
That was the last day the SL9 case could be reopened. Not satisfied with its resolution, Officer Marshall planned to steal the evidence. Disguising himself as Detective Goodman, he entered the evidence room. Officer Meekins confronted him, so he rendered him unconscious and fled. Yes, this mystery's finally been cleared up. No murder took place at the police department that day. The things that happened by chance never cease to amaze. At exactly the same time as the murder at the prosecutor's office, this fake murder was going on at the police department. Chance? It's gotta be more than just that.
So if no one was murdered at the police department on the day of the crime, that means the murder in the prosecutor's office parking lot was the real one. How far are we? I think we're almost done this trial.
Which in turn means only one person could have committed this crime. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. But wait! A verdict wasn't reached in yesterday's trial. Which is why we examined the incident at the police department today. But there's only one reason the defendant was not convicted yesterday. There yet remained the mystery of the simultaneous murder at the police department. It seems to me this boy's got the draw on you, partner. All the mysteries at the police department have been uncovered. No contradictions remain.
The murders took place at the prosecutor's office. The only suspect is Lana Sky. First day back at school starts on 8:30 tomorrow, so I'll catch you later. Alright. So Law almost done with the trial? Oh, okay, I guess we're not close to being done.
There were no errors in the testimony of the witness, Angel Star. If you have a response, make it one word or less.
Ah!
Good response. I rest my case.
Seems the trial reaches its conclusion. There's no room for doubt.
Well done, Mr. Wright. Thanks to you, I didn't need to waste my time disproving the alleged murder at the police department. There's no doubt what I proved today is true. The apparent murder on the security camera's tape really was fake.
What's so funny about Edward saying that? It was weird because he said like the entire sentence, then slammed the desk and was like, then. I don't know.
But I didn't realize that would end up proving Lana guilty.
Now then, the time for the verdict has arrived. No errors. What is this? Player Unknown's Twitter account claims. Verdict has arrived. The court finds this defendant. Hold it. It's probably gonna be Emma. Yeah, called it.
Your Honor, wait. Emma. The defense has an objection. Objection. A scientific objection. Right? What do you mean, right?
Mr. Wright, are you this girl's guardian?
Your Honor. Oh, in a sense. Please, Your Honor, all I'm asking for is a minute of your time. Please hear me out. Mr. Edgeworth, please.
God dang, why does this happen every trial now? People are just like, oh, I want to step up to the witness stand? I don't know why I forgot what it was called. Where are the guards in this place? How have they let two people do this now? What is with our security? How much are we paying these guys? Are there any guys? What is happening?
I don't want to leave any loose ends. You want a minute? I'll give you 3. What do you mean, right? Oh, wait, that's me. I was kind of in shock. I mean, finding out the SL9 incident referred to the Joe Dark killings.
Was someone killed in your family? I forget already. What's your last name? Sky? No. Oh, but you were a witness to one of the crimes, that's why. Okay, cool.
Now that you mentioned it, the names of both Sky sisters were in that file. That's when I figured it out. I mean, what Officer Marshall was trying to do that day. So I knew his fingerprint had nothing to do with the crime. That left only one thing.
The other handprint. You mean the traces of blood found on Detective Gumshoe's locker?
Well, no fingerprints were found on it, right?
No, but I examined it scientifically. I'd be sure to find a clue, so I ran over there and looked at it again.
So did you find something?
No.
Huh?
Sorry, I guess I'm not much of a scientific investigator after all.
Is that all?
Please don't be mad. I'm just a high school student.
I'm just an attorney.
But Mr. Wright, those traces of blood are the only clue we have. We can't find something wrong with them. Please, Mr. Wright, you're a professional. If anyone can save Lana, it's you.
Me? Oh boy.
Time's up. Now then, Mr. Wright, with regard to the incident at the police department, does any reasonable doubt remain?
It appears the defense is troubled by the other blood mark. Looking at the floor plan.
Oh,
Wait. Where's the video? Can I watch it? Can I watch the video? I can't speed. Why can't I speed ahead in this video? Okay. This is just gonna play for a second. Oh, his head is covering it. You stupid blue badger. I hate you so much. It was Meekins, because he's the one who set up the blue badger there. Oh, wait, no. His head moves, so you can actually see it. I want to see if there's blood at the end of this. If there isn't, then yeah, I have a problem with it. But if there is, well, then that sucks. Oh, I don't see any blood there. That's okay. Dang it, his head is actually covering, like, the exact spot we need anyways, so I don't think we're gonna see that. So much for that. Looking at the floor plans, a handprint was discovered around here. Is there a problem with this? Mr. Wright, I'm sorry I can't be of more use, but still, if you can't find anything wrong with that blood mark, Lana will be...
Please answer my question, Mr. Wright. You don't have all day.
Yes, Your Honor. If ever I need to concentrate, it's now. What could be wrong with that handprint in Detective Gumshoe's locker? Could there be something I'm missing?
It's obviously, there's no problem. That's how you get the good ending.
This handprint lives at the crime scene.
Clearly shows a contradiction. Glad we spent time watching the video. Well, it didn't play the annoying music, so that is a bonus. I'm upset that there wasn't a fast forward on that version, but okay. The only thing that seems clear is you're grasping, Mr. Wright.
I'm staring pretty intently at those floor plans. Tell me, is there a problem with them?
Yes, this is strange.
Take a good look at these floor plans. Something is missing. Missing? You mean something hasn't been drawn on there? The blue badger, right? Oh, wait, I get it. Oh, I think I get it now. The blue badger was in front of the locker, so why would he put his hand there? That's like, that doesn't make sense, right? Maybe? Yes, something that, when drawn, will completely change the meaning of the blood mark. Maybe? I don't know if I'm on the right track. Who knows?
Let us pray the defense isn't simply trying to buy time. Very well, Mr. Wright.
With all this evidence here, there's gotta be something I can use.
The question is, which item can prove something is missing in the floor plans?
I don't see my hearts, but I'm still afraid. Is it this?
As they say back west, even a blind man can hit with a buckshot. That is, as long as he's facing the general direction.
It seems Mr. Wright's not sure which direction to face. It's no use. The more evidence there is, the more wrong choices. That was not it. Oh, there's no penalty. Okay. That's cool. I'm fine with that. Oh. Okay. Which item proves there was something missing in the floor plans? This. We still haven't talked about this, and I'm confused about that. I have no idea what this has to do with anything. Yeah, that was from the evidence room, wasn't it? Well, I guess at this point, well, hold on. Well, it was saying prove why something is missing. Can I try this? Will this work, or is he like, no, you're grasping at straws again, boy? What about that piece of plywood? Okay, never mind, I got it. Okay. The Blue Badger, mascot of the police force, defender of truth, guardian of proof. Bars. Explain yourself, Mr. Wright. Please look at the floor plans of the crime scene. The Blue Badger is not here. So watch what happens when we put him in. This is where he was dancing at the time of the crime.
Oh my god, that covers up the locker. Wow, what?
Gasp! That's right. So long as the Blue Badger is dancing here, it would be impossible to place a handprint at this spot in the locker. What? Money?
Alright, we're quiet. That means, just exactly what does that mean?
It means it can't be done.
What it's saying, blood traces were undeniably found on that locker.
Gasp. Okay, I didn't get to read that. Mr. Wright, think it through scientifically. Emma, how did you get over here?
Well, you went from video to the base. I don't know. Sometimes my brain does weird things.
On that afternoon, Officer Meekins was the one who brought the Blue Badger to the evidence room, right?
I swear to God, if it's Meekins as the killer, I'm gonna be very upset.
After you put it down, it would have been impossible to leave a hand. Oh.
Wait, so someone really was, maybe not killed, but hurt there afterwards.
Okay. So that must mean this blood mark
was left there before the badger was brought in?
What?
Just one moment. I will not allow such far-fetched balderdash in my courtroom.
It may sound far-fetched, Your Honor, but it's the only possible explanation. On February 21st, in the police station department's evidence room, blood was spilled not once, but twice. But how? One time was captured on this tape, taken by the security camera. Officer Meekins cut his hand, from which a trivial amount of blood fell. The problem is, the other time, someone bled prior to the struggle shown on this tape. It had to have been Detective Goodman when he was really murdered.
Oh, okay. That's cool, I guess.
That's ridiculous. I refute you. Ha! Another objection, boy. The murder portrayed in the security tape has been proven to be fake. However, that does not explain the blood mark found on the locker.
Is it gonna turn out that Meekins is the killer because he put the Blue Badger in front of it for the video? That wouldn't make sense though. Or would it? No, I don't think so. Sorry, possibilities just going through my head. Some of them are really stupid, but who knows, maybe I'll predict one thing right in this game.
So then, assuming this murder you purport really happened, when did it take place?
I demand you show evidence that proves it occurred.
When did the first incident occur?
Sir, my defense claims that prior to Officer Meekins being cut by Jake Marshall, who was disguised as Detective Goodman, another incident took place in the evidence room.
That blood mark on the locker proves this.
Very well, then tell us, when did this first incident occur? Proof must be presented.
Proof that shows when the murder took place. There's only one piece of evidence that can show that.
Now then, will the defense please present his evidence? What shows when the first crime took place?
Are we talking what proves when it took place, or what proves half?
You know, when I first saw it, I actually thought of this because it's like, oh look, he messed up, but then I realized like, I think that's just because he forgot his number. I want to say it's this, because it wasn't there. No, but that was there after the crime, so I don't know why I was thinking that. rubber glove. Wait. Is it obvious? Is it this? Is it died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m.? Can I do that? Wait. Oh, duh, I'm so stupid. It's this, isn't it? IDs of all who entered the evidence room. Right? What? Wait, no, that wouldn't make sense, because we don't know who's number. But I want to say it's this, because it makes sense? I have a save state. I don't know why I'm freaking out. Actually, I'm going to make sure that save state works. Okay, cool, it works. Let's try it out. It's not that. Oh, wait, maybe it is.
In order to do so, an ID card is required.
ID card. Oh! The ID card worker. Yeah, I think I got it right.
Officer Meekins brought the Blue Badger panel in to evidence room at...
Let's see here. 4:50 p.m. If the crime took place before that time, then it would be 4:40 p.m. Miles Edgeworth, just what have you done?
I never figured you had nerve, boy.
Put off the act, witness. It doesn't take a lot of thought to figure out it couldn't have been me.
Nope, I ain't getting it.
I'm afraid I don't understand either. It's clear from the numeral test that blood was there. However, when the second crime took place, both Officer Meekins and Officer Marshall failed to notice the blood.
That means
The blood from the first crime was wiped away by the real murderer. Yeah, that is the longest penalty scene ever. I would have had just 10 minutes to murder the victim, carry his body away, and clean up the blood. Unfortunately, that's physically impossible. That would mean the crime must have taken place before Mr. Edgeworth entered the evidence room.
let's look at the chart again.
It was me! I'm the murderer!
I used my new bagel knife and tested it out on Detective Goodman. There's only one other card remaining. 7777777. Talk about a lucky number.
But wait, that doesn't make sense. How could Officer Goodman have entered the evidence room?
So there's no record of his card being used beforehand. He must have entered along with the real murderer. That's the only plausible explanation. He went in with 7777777.
You have to say that just say 7, man. Mr. Edgeworth, please look into this ASAP. Find out whose I done. Find out whose number ID is 7777777.
I don't know. I forgot my life story.
That's 1 7 too many, Your Honor. Unfortunately, I'm unable to look up the owner of that ID card. At least, at present.
What? Explain yourself, son.
The ID number 777777 belongs to someone with a rank of captain or higher, someone who is a so-called executive officer. We don't have the authority to inquire into such person's identity. Is it gonna be Gant? I bet you it's gonna be Gant.
But that's ridiculous. Just how...
I'm not finished talking, Mr. Wright. There is one situation where we can be granted such authority. If an official charge filed against an executive is accepted.
An official charge? You're all alike, aren't you? With your cover-ups and your forgeries.
Captain Crunch?
That's how the prosecutor office operates.
I take pride in my work, Officer Marshall. I would appreciate it if you kept your slander to yourself.
Slander, is it? Okay, let me ask a question.
Yes?
No, not to you. To her, the defendant sitting out there. Your own little executive. Anna?
Don't be stupid. She's been charged with murder.
Of course, we looked up her ID number, and it's not 777777777.
Don't play me for a fool, partner. That's not what I want to ask. All I want to know is one thing about that incident.
You got some non-incident?
Answer me this, Chief Prosecutor. In that trial 2 years ago, did you really only use legitimate evidence?
Oh, okay, I guess I'm up here now. Do you need the witness to repeat his question, Chief Prosecutor? Captain Falcon? I bet you it's him. He'll just come here and be like, "Ah, Falcon! Punch Detective Goodman!" I can't do it. I can't do it. Falcon! Punch! I don't know. I can't say his name. I didn't mean to hit that. I heard him fine, Mr. Edgeworth. 2 years ago, I was in charge of the prosecution for that trial. At the time, occasionally, we felt the powerlessness of the law. At least, I did. Lana's still back. Oh my god.
Oh my god. Lana!
I became a prosecutor in order to suppress crime with the law. But before I realized it, we were the ones being suppressed by the law.
Brenda, just what are you saying?
I'll ask you again, Chief Prosecutor. Apparently I'm over here now. During that trial 2 years ago, did you really present all the evidence in court? Can you look me, investigator in the crime, in the eye and see that you did that?
Chief Prosecutor, you didn't...
I don't have to, Officer Marshall.
Gah! Why don't you answer him?
Drastic crimes require drastic measures. That's just the way it is. We did what we had to, in order for him to get the verdict he deserved.
Lana!
Even if it involved forging evidence.
Welp. I don't think anyone's surprised.
Just switching places when they speak, that would be so awesome.
See? That's what I'm talking about.
No. No! Oh, everyone's angry.
Order! 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 Order!
Lana's remark caused such a stir. The chaos in the courtroom could not be quelled. The conclusion of the trial would have to wait until the following day.
Next time on Ace Attorney Ball Z.
To be continued. God dang. That was a crazy trial. I don't know who I thought would be the killer, but I bet you it's Gant. It's probably Gant. But anyways, guys, I'm gonna end the stream here. If you enjoyed, leave a like, comment, subscribe, and stuff. Stick around to see more of this game. Streaming it tomorrow and Sunday, and yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyways, I'll see you all tomorrow, I guess. Alright, bye.